The team here is really excited to take on unique challenges. You don't hear no very often on when you ask, can this be done? Can we figure this out? Doing it quickly in support of our clients is the fun part. Having the team and the capacity and the expertise to take on these things has really been enjoyable over the last 4 months.
That was Ryan Smith, Global Head of Sales at Astoriom, a pioneer in the science of sample storage. With more than 30 years of keeping critical samples safe, from ambient conditions all the way down to ultra-low cryogenic temperatures, Astoriom supports drug developers, consumer product researchers, and everyone in between. Welcome to the Biotech Stack, where we explore the cutting-edge technology fueling the future of life sciences and biotech. From next-generation lab automation and AI-driven drug discovery to breakthrough biomanufacturing and research tools, we dive deep into the innovation transforming health, food, energy, and the businesses behind them. I'm Corinne Regan, your host. In today's episode of the Biotech Stack, I'm joined by my previous sales director, Ryan Smith, Global Head of Sales at Astoriom. We chat about Ryan's path to Astoriom and how Astoriom is helping life science companies protect their critical samples with reliable, globally compliant storage and biorepository solutions. Let's get started. Hey, Ryan, thanks for joining us today. I'd love it if you could share a little bit about yourself, your background, and a bit about your role at Astoriom.
Yeah, thanks, Corinne. I've been with Astoriom now for about 4 months, but my background for the last 10 years is in life sciences sample management, both automated and manual, deploying solutions either to client sites or building outsourced solutions for them to send their samples to us to be managed and staffed to help them scale their businesses globally. And before that, I spent 10 years in the microscopy space. So I've been working with capital equipment and life sciences and research solutions for the better part of 20 years now.
Can you go into a little bit more detail on what Astoriom does?
Yeah, absolutely. Astoriom is a global leader in sample management, offering the broadest range of stability storage and biorepository solutions to clients all over the world. We had a strong background in the development and deployment of stability chambers and sample management systems. And so we took that expertise and began offering it as an outsourced solution. And then on top of that, built a full range of biorepository solutions to serve multiple continents and clients all over the world.
Where are some of these sites located? Are you global?
Yeah, right now, Astoriom has 2 sites in the United States, both East and West Coast. We have a site in Ireland, and we have 2 sites in the UK. And we're always looking at expansion to future sites around the world.
And then what type of customers are you servicing? Is this strictly in the life sciences space? Do you go beyond the life sciences?
Yeah, when you work in the stability storage space, customers can range well beyond life sciences to cosmeceuticals, medical device, to any type of product that needs to be shelf stable or proven to be stable in conditions all over the world. And so that's probably the widest range of clients and markets that we support. And then, of course, with the biorepository market, it could be cell and gene therapy, it could be biotech, pharma, it could be clinical trial projects, it could be anything where outsourced short to long-term sample management is required from ambient to liquid nitrogen.
Could you provide a little more detail on the specific service offerings that Astoriom would offer to a customer in any of these market spaces?
Yeah, absolutely, Corinne. So, when we look at, let's say, the stability storage, market, there are a diverse array of conditions that need to be replicated for stability studies to prepare a product to be received into various regions around the world. And, we are fortunate through the volume of chambers we have available to us at our various sites to offer the widest range of ICH compliant conditions to our clients, and even bespoke conditions that might be available in a full walk-in chamber to a reach-in chamber or cabinets, which has really come in handy for a lot of really unique smaller volume projects for our clients at our various sites. And similarly, on the biorepository side, we can be doing anything from single cryobox liquid nitrogen storage through large volume clinical trial projects, at a variety of temperatures, at a variety of locations. And so we've tried to make sure that, we can offer flexibility, redundancy, and really, locations wherever our clients need to be. And then on top of that, with the service and validation offering, we can go to their sites and make sure that whatever stability or biorepository operations they're keeping on site, we can be their local partner for service, validation, and maintenance. So it really is a full on-site, off-site, holistic solution that gets deployed in different ways for various clients, as they need, our support.
It sounds like then from an Astoriom service offering, you can support a customer from a small startup stage all the way to large pharma maybe who's going into manufacturing at that point?
Yeah, that's right. So we want to make sure, one, we have the scale, the capabilities, and the expertise, but also the regulatory support, whether it be GMP environments, whether it be different biosafety levels to support a wide range of material that our clients need to store. We also can be a risk mitigation business continuity partner. So clients look to us as a backup location for their on-site storage. We've had a lot of really unique conversations coming out of the events last year in California with wildfires, coming out of hurricanes on the East Coast, where unfortunately too often organizations realize after the fact that I don't have a business continuity plan if my site goes down. What am I going to do? We had a client look at moving over 10 full stability chambers full of material, to an offsite partner. And there's very few organizations that are going to have the capacity, or the ability to support that from a logistics standpoint to move that much material in that short a time. And so there's really some unique ways that we're looking to partner from early stages all the way through very mature manufacturing and operation.
Is there the ability for Astoriom to help integrate from a software perspective? We understand that there's sample management software solutions, there's LIMS, there's ELNs. Can you describe a little bit more about the capabilities for Astoriom to integrate or what they offer for that sample storage software capability?
Yeah, so like I said, we do use a certain software at all of our locations around the world, but we have been asked to go on to client sites and consult on how do they make their operations more efficient? How do they take 1,000 upright freezers and turn it into 500? How do they reduce their carbon footprint of their sample management operations? All of these are questions that we get asked to lend our expertise to. And so we have looked at providing feedback on different LIMS offerings we have had personal experience with, or our clients have had personal experience with, as our clients look to move to the next phase of their own on-site sample management operations.
Can you explain to us a little bit more about some of the challenges that sample storage customers may be facing today?
So, right now, the sample management is never a core focus or competency for the research community that is developing these products and therapies all over the world. Right now, the scaling of these operations is the biggest challenge. And so, how do you predict the demands of projects as they come and go throughout the next 5 to 10 years with so many uncertainties in the global market? And so what our outsourced services can provide is the ability to manage that scale through Astoriom and use us as needed across our global network to work with you and not force that in capital investment in staff and real estate and all the things that come from trying to understand your 5 to 10 year growth plan in an area where really your core expertise is not being leveraged.
In a service space such as this, what makes Astorium's offering different from others in the market? Is there a special type of sauce, let's say?
Yeah, I think Astorium really has a unique portfolio of offerings. Like I said, having deep expertise in the equipment itself for stability storage, building those chambers. We service these chambers all over the world for our clients, on top of providing a full range of outsourced sample management and stability storage offerings. Coupling that with the locations we're in, we really think makes us a comprehensive partner for both biorepository and stability storage in the key markets where a lot of these large global organizations find themselves having multiple locations across each. And so, finding the ability to partner in a way that mirrors those capabilities and knowing you're going to get the same partnership, the same offering wherever you need to move samples or product, I think is really valuable to our clients.
So you've talked a little bit about this wide range of products that you're able to store. You've talked a little bit about the customers that you serve. Are there any particular markets that do stand out that maybe are a little bit more faster growing?
I think there are larger demands when it comes to some of these organizations that are looking to scale rapidly or have an unknown rate of scaling, like cell and gene therapy right now. They are heavily looking at CDMOs, CROs, and partners like ourselves to help them manage the early stages of development, even into their production phases, where they really want to manage their expenses and know that they can partner in the right way until they have a really known run rate of production capacity and where they're going to be located, all over the world as they navigate regulatory hurdles. So I would say that, cell and gene therapy, we are partnered heavily with the CDMO space right now, where once again, they're focused on manufacturing. They're not
Right.
focused on medium to long-term storage of the products that they are manufacturing. So if they can find a partner like Astoriom, they can help to manage their own capacity and stay focused on manufacturing, which is where their core expertise lies.
What does the Astorium team look like that's supporting customers out there in the field?
We have, of course, my team, which is a series of solution experts that are here to understand what challenge our clients are trying to navigate and both where and how best to put together a solution to support them. But behind the field commercial team, we do have a technical team that understands how to translate a customer demand into some of the quality and regulatory requirements that come with managing a certain type of sample or product in a certain environment, in a certain location. We also have a project management team once clients come on board to support them day to day as they need to retrieve material or do pulls for their stability storage. We have that complete process from pre-sale all the way through project management, behind all of our clients.
Where do you see Astorium growing or having these innovations over the next 3 to 5 years? Is this a location strategy that you're looking to fill, or maybe there is a service that you're looking to offer in the next couple of years?
So our focus right now is on sample management and stability storage, as well as that service and validation offering in our current locations, but mirroring those same capabilities, wherever our customers find themselves and where their demands go. That is certainly our focus, is to mirror these same capabilities in new regions and in new areas within these regions as our clients look for further support. But we're getting a lot of demands. Whenever you are managing client samples and projects offsite, there are a series of ancillary services that could come with that offering, and we get numerous requests to move into different areas that we're always considering. We want to be the best partner for our clients and grow in the right ways with them. So whether it's lab services or aliquoting or kitting, all these things are very frequent requests we receive, and we're trying to make sure that once again we stay true to our core competency while really trying to provide the best efficiency and economy of motion for our clients, products and samples worldwide.
We've all faced some macroeconomic changes, especially in the biotech space and the life sciences space. Being a global company, has Astorium felt any of these impacts, maybe from funding loss or tariffs that's been initiated this year?
Yeah, as an outsourced service provider, I would say that we're not personally feeling it. And we are located in the regions where our clients need our services, and so that material, those samples, are staying in region and not as susceptible to some of the tariffs and costs that come with moving things across these regions. I will say on the flip side of that, our clients are coming to us saying, help us to navigate these challenges, help us move larger volumes of material into a region, for distribution within that region. Our locations being in, particularly in the EU, the UK, and the US, provide us a lot of advantages for clients looking to do just that. And so we have had new types of clients looking to solve challenges they haven't had in the past and looking at unique ways to do that. So, we're fortunate to have capacity to grow within our current sites, but also the ability to take on further sites, as we scale. So that has given us a chance to take on some projects in short term that maybe we wouldn't have been able to, 3 or 5 years ago. And so it's been an interesting moment, and the calls we're getting right now are different than you might think from a standard sample management clinical trial project type of question.
It's probably fun for the organization to be able to have those strategic conversations and truly be a partner at this phase in someone's journey and workflow.
Yeah, it's really been an interesting last 4 months for me. I mean, the team here is really excited to take on unique challenges. You don't hear no very often on when you ask, can this be done? Can we figure this out? And so, doing it quickly in support of our clients is the fun part. And so having the team and the capacity and the expertise to take on these things has really been enjoyable over the last 4 months.
Going into a little more detail, you mentioned some samples maybe moving into different regions. You mentioned the fact that there's, you have a presence here in the US and the EU. Are there any particular markets that are growing maybe faster than you expected?
Yeah, I mean, certainly right now, the United States is growing, quickly for us. We had the longest, legacy history in the UK and Ireland, and our business, which is kind of a culmination of the last 30 years working in the providing of equipment for stability storage, all the way through our current broad offerings in biorepository, have grown out of the UK into Ireland, into the US. So we're certainly now seeing the biggest growth in the US, but we look at markets where we don't currently operate, like Asia, other regions where, of course, those are opportunities for growth, and then expanding within Europe is always an opportunity for us to once again be closer and closer to our clients' hubs wherever they find themselves.
And then just on that note too, we've had other customers that are also experiencing some growth in the Middle East. Do you see that on your radar for growth, or is it more Asia that would be on the radar for growth if you were to expand markets?
Right. Obviously, as a general region, Asia is a much larger market, than the Middle East. But of course, so the same challenges exist in the Middle East, and I've worked personally, in that region to understand some of those challenges. And there is a lot of focus on, of course, keeping these samples, this material in region, and supporting, outsourced services. And so we'll always look at this. But when we think of, pharma and global biotech organizations, and where they tend to replicate their capabilities globally, it might tend to look at US, then EU, then Asia when it comes to regulatory process and expansion. And so we're, of course, want to make sure that we are aligned with that initial growth, and then look at markets, of course, like the Middle East, unique markets like India, Australia, where there are a real need to be local and to provide the same range of services.
Yeah, that makes sense the way you said it, that you'd be following the trends of the pharma companies. It's where they're going is where you're going to want to be as a support service as they grow through into that manufacturing process.
Yeah, the whole concept is kind of that continuity of relationship and experience, wherever they need to expand themselves. And so they can know that they can go and partner with Astoriom at any location around the world and get that same consistent experience and processes and relationship.
We'd like to thank our guest, Ryan Smith, Global Head of Sales at Astoriom, for joining us on the Biotech Stack. For more information on Ryan or Astoriom, please check the links in our show notes below. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.